If it's time for you to onboard a new employee and you want to make sure this one actually sticks around and this one works out for you, keep watching this video to see ways I've used to make sure that person feels at home in my business. Hey everybody, I'm Mike Claudio, owner of WinRate Consulting and host of the Big Stud Sales Podcast. Onboarding a new employee can be time consuming, it can be overwhelming, and you probably are doing it because you're out of time to begin with. So a few things that I think are incredibly important when onboarding, and this is for any employee, specifically a salesperson. The first thing you want to do the first day is be ready for them. Have their equipment, have their phone, have their computer, have their polos, have their business cards. You want to show them that when you show up here to work, we're ready to work. The worst thing you can do is someone starts on Monday and by Thursday or Friday, they're so like, is there going to be anything for me to do around here? Like, because you guys knew I was starting, right? Like, that is an uncomfortable situation. It sets the tone poorly and it creates an environment of people saying, hey, this is how we do business around here. So I don't care how busy you are. I don't care what's going on. Set the time aside to make sure you are ready for that person to start. Everything they need to do their job day one. Secondly, I think it's incredibly important to review your mission statement and core values with them. It sets the tone early again about how you operate, what you're driving for, what is expected, how they're expected to be on a regular basis. This does two things. Again, like I said, sets the tone. I probably said that 5 times already. But the other thing it does is it allows you to reference back to it when you start catching some tendencies and habits that don't align with those things. You can't come in 2 weeks or 3 weeks later and say, hey, you're doing it this way. That's not the way we do it around here. And you never told them the way things are done around here. So make sure you're giving them the opportunity to actually understand your way of doing things, and also allows you to hold them accountable later to make sure they're living up to those standards. You want to review some basic high-level expectations around communication, appearance, timeliness, internal and external, how they're viewed, how you plan or how you want them to be using their social media for business or not. One of my core values is represent the brand at all times, and this includes your personal Facebook page, because I don't need somebody going, this is one of your people, this is who you hire, this is who works for you. I don't care if it's the bottom level operations guy or the top level C executive. It needs to represent the brand at all times. So setting those expectations early can make it easier to hold them accountable to it and potentially get rid of them later. The next thing you want to do is you want them to experience life from the perspective of some of your best employees. So ride-alongs, sit-behinds, in general, just being around team meetings, is get them involved in the culture and the team as fast as possible. What you don't want someone to do is feel like they're kind of in the way or ostracized because they just don't know what they don't know yet. Maybe they can't just jump into that job you hired them for without some additional information. So get them around the other people first. Get them introduced to people, especially if you have multiple offices or you have field crews and office people. Get them in front of as many people as possible. Let them drive around with the project manager for a day. Let them drive around with the team lead for a day. Let them go do whatever the team is doing that day so they can see what it looks like to be an employee there. So when they go out, specifically in the sales role, to sell the dream of what you guys are offering, they actually have some context to that. Lastly, you want to make sure that they understand how and where to track information. This might seem a little straightforward, but ultimately, when they start having conversations, when they want to get information, when they want to figure out something to do their job, there needs to be a place for them to go to do that. So where are they getting their information and where are they putting information? Those things are very important. One of the easiest ways to do that is to have a video library of training videos. How to do, what to do, where to do, walkthrough, step-by-step stuff, because ultimately you're busy, right? You don't want to spend the time or can't spend the time with this person to go over every little thing about the job. So having some sort of video log of information for them to look at when they're trying to do something will make this process so much easier. The best way to do that is just to record yourself doing some things, the standard day-to-day practices, or record yourself going through the next onboarding process with whatever your next employee is. Get some of those questions answered, get them in video so that person has a reference tool they can use as problems arise. Because you don't want them picking up the phone, calling you every time they have a question. It's very disruptive to your world. Again, you're probably already overwhelmed, which is why you're hiring this person. And in general, it's not a quick way and easy way for them to get the information they need. So be ready for them, get them integrated into the team, get them understanding what the mission and the core values are, get them the information they need to do their job as fast as possible. That can be through videos, it could be through training documents, it could be one-on-one with you, whatever that looks like. Get them operating as fast as possible. If you look at it from a sprinter perspective, it's how fast can I get to my top speed. You want them bringing value to your business as fast as possible. It's your job to get them there. The days of like, hey, welcome to the team. Good luck today. Let me know if you have any questions. That doesn't work anymore. The other side of this is the better you are at onboarding employees, the happier and more successful they are, the longer they stay, but also the higher likelihood they're gonna refer some of their friends or family to work for you. One of the biggest things about finding employees, because everybody's struggling with it right now, is having a place of business that people want to work for. The right culture, the right trainings, the right guidance to success, that's all really important, and getting people to see what you offer to get them to make a transition from where they are to working for you. I'll tell you, quality of life in a job is almost always more important than the compensation. The compensation has to be fair, but how do they enjoy coming to work? What does it look like at the culture internally? What do your team meetings look like? What do your bad apples look like? Do you have bad apples in your team? Or are they pushing away great employees? Those are all things that are really important in creating a great work environment to help keep you with the highest talent possible. Those are some of the things I've used over the years to really grow a successful culture that brought in and onboarded employees very quickly and got them bringing me value as quick as possible. If you have any questions, you might already know this, but Construction Selling on Facebook. Check me out on Instagram at WinRate Consulting. And for more videos like this, don't forget to subscribe wherever the button is. I'm not sure where you're watching it, but it's somewhere around here. Subscribe, click the bell so you're alerted every time a new video gets sent out, because I want to help you win fast and win often.